Hey, who cares about the UCL? I mean, who cares about the UEFA Champions League when you can be a champion in your own league? Yeah. Welcome to MFC Bias. I remain your host, Ice, and this week has been one of my best weeks. I think post Sir Alex. Right. So, yeah, Manchester United were in action Tuesday against Barnsley in the Carabao Champions League Cup, and we played like champions that we are. I mean, it shows how big we are that even Bayern Munich winning by 9-2, whatever, got overshadowed by Manchester United dismantling Barnsley by 7 goals to nothing. I mean, that shows we are champions. Like, we are champions in our own league, right? That's the highlight of the week for me, and it's really, really beautiful. Okay, I would this video will be looking into um, a bit of an analysis and player performances in that game, and also looking forward to the game away to Crystal Palace at the weekend. All right, so a few things I got from that game, like that made that game very um, what's the word pivotal to me was first, Bainda got a chance to play for Manchester United. It's not something that happens every day, but yeah, he played and he had, I call it a rest class. He had a master class of a rest class. He had barely nothing to do in goal because we're a very dominant team, and it had much to do with the way he started play very quickly. I know one thing Onana doesn't do really much is starts like quick restarts of play. Nana holds onto the ball so much till the opponents are back in shape. But Bainda, like once he gets the ball, he distributes it, and we can start play very quickly, be catching the opponents off guard. So I'm really happy that he had that game, and he had a very good, yeah, he had a good outing. Keeping a clean sheet is a team effort. Secondly, looking up to Anthony, Anthony had he looks like he has picked up a challenge. He looked desperate to prove a point, and he had a fairly good performance, even if he had just 1 goal. But the performance was good. I mean, the all-round performance, his link up, his defensive contributions, and all that was pretty good. So yeah, Anthony did well in the match, and it's good. Okay, so I really hope he can, challenge Ahmad and Ganacho Rashford for a starting spot in the wing, because yeah, the competition will only do Manchester United a whole lot of good. I mean, people fighting for places, no one is guaranteed the starting spot. It makes players to step up their game and turn it up. That's what we need. We need performances like that week in, week out, consistently. Now going on to Rashford. Rashford looks rejuvenated. I mean, before the goal against Southampton at the weekend, Rashford looked like a dejected player that was just counting his days. He looked sad, head dropped, tails between his legs, and all that. But after that goal, even in that Southampton game, after the goal, you could see the boost in confidence he had going forward. Like he, took on players more confidently. He timed his run more confidently. I mean, but the midweek game against Barnsley just summed it up. Rashford looked really bright. His runnings behind the defense and all that. His link up play with Garnacho, and I mean, he looked really sharp. And we know if an happy Rashford is an happy Manchester United, because when Rashford is delivering, it means he's pumping in the goals, and yeah, Manchester United are doing well. All right, before we go on, I want you to smash the like button, smash the subscribe, turn on post notifications, and you know what to expect on this channel. Is strictly, not strictly, but it's majorly Manchester United focused. MEFC Bias is the name, and we come on air at least 2 to 3 times a week, and as much as every other, any breaking news that comes up, you be rest assured that we'll be bringing it to you. All right, let's kick on with the show. Something another talking point that I think is very good from that I saw from that game that caught my eye is the Casemiro Ugarte partnership. It looks really good. Casemiro and Ugarte. I mean, yeah, Casemiro he looked more free playing with Ugarte. I mean, when you take off those defensive responsibilities from the shoulders of Casemiro, he looks a better player. He doesn't have to cover so much ground like when he's playing alone in the six. Because Ugarte is much younger. Ugarte does most of the dirty work. And you know, Casemiro has some attacking attributes. You saw the pass that led to the goal, the third goal against Southampton. Like Casemiro times that pass perfectly. It's something he can do. Yeah. But he doesn't do so much in the red shirts because he plays in a very deep line role. But playing with Ugarte, I saw a very different Casemiro against Barnsley. And it helps Mino because Mino will be getting a rest. Yeah, Mino does the young lad doesn't have to play every game, every week, you know. He needs to his minutes needs to be, coordinated so he doesn't get a burnout. And I'm sure that's something the Manchester United hierarchy are looking into. You don't, place too much burdens on these teenagers. I mean, Mino, Garnacho, Ahmad, and the likes. They need to have moderated minutes. And that is the more reason I'm happy with our transfer dealings in the summer because currently we have a good squad. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's a good squad. You know, for the first time, Manchester United rested, I think, 6, 7 senior players, first team players, and we still played like a team, you know. So, Casemiro Ugarte was a good one, and Mino getting a rest was also a very good one for the team. Talking about Mino, Mino is going to get a new contract soon. Like, I'm really happy for the lad. He deserves every praise and every accolade that can be given. But I know he will get his contract soonest, perhaps definitely before the end of the season or before the winter break. And I hope it's a good one. I hope it's not extravagant. You know what I mean by extravagant? It doesn't get a £200,000 contract that will make him, get a lapse in concentration or all that. You shouldn't get carried away. But I know it's going to be a significant pay rise. Yeah, I'm happy for the lad. So that's for the game against Barnsley. It was a good performance, good team performance. We saw Bruno off the bench. I mean, Bruno getting a rest. Very gosh, I can't overemphasize how much I'm delighted with the squad that Manchester United have currently. Like it's a really good team. You know, we have we have starters and we have deputies in almost every position. From the goalkeeping position, we have I said Digis. We have Onana and Baida left back, even if they are not present currently. We have Shaw, we have Malaysia, Majrawi can play there, Dallas can play there. I mean, centre back, we have Martinez, Delis, Euro, Maguire, Lindelof. Like, it's beautiful to see. Ericsson is a squad player that is very effective when it's called upon. Casemiro is quickly becoming a squad player also. You know, players that makes the starters rest once in a while. I mean, it's pretty good. Yeah, talking about squad depth. There's positive updates regarding injuries. I mean, there's news that Mount and Hojlund are back to full training. I mean, that is beautiful news. Mount and Hojlund are back to full training. Shaw is very close. Euro is working without crutches. So most players on the injury table are very close to returning to first team action. I'm pretty sure we'll see Hojlund in a beat patrol against Crystal Palace on Saturday. Yeah, so that's good news for regarding injuries. And talking about Saturday, Manchester United are playing Crystal Palace on Saturday evening, and That's a ground that has not been very favorable for Manchester United in recent years. Capped off by dismantling last year. Last year, Manchester United got battered at Sellers Park. Yeah, 4 goals to nothing. I would never forget that. Nothing. But yeah, and that year, that game was. I remember the lineups. I think we had Casemiro and Maguire in centre defence. God, injuries dealt us a big blow last season. But yeah, even like Ten Hag said, this year is very much different concerning squad availability. Yeah, so I hope for a better outing. And like I always say, this Manchester United team need a performance, a big performance, to spark a turnaround. They got a good performance against Southampton. They got a bigger performance against Barnsley, and I would really judge them by the game on Saturday. A big win at Sellers Park, and I'll be very much convinced that Manchester United are back, because it's a place that we usually struggle. Like in the last 4 5 years, we usually struggle at Sellers Park. So we go there and we win by a margin of a 2 or 3 goal margin, and I'll be very very convinced that the resurgence is very much in line. So yeah, and I'll be expecting a couple of starters. I mean, a couple of returnees for the game. Definitely, I expect Onana in goal. I expect Delete to partner Lisandro Martinez, which is very much becoming our first choice centre back pairing. Maybe till Euro comes back from his injury layoff. Yeah. So I expect Delete Maguire. I expect Dalot Majrawi as usual. In midfield, I expect Mino back. Yeah. I expect Mino back in action. Probably partnering Ugarte. I think Ugarte should start. He's ready to start. So Mino, Ugarte holding the pivots. Definitely Bruno Fernandes in front of them. Then seems Rashford should keep his place, because yeah, he's earned it this time. Rashford should keep his place on the left. On the right is where the problem is, because Garnacho has been in very fine form, very very fine form. From the Community Shield, he got a beautiful goal in less than 10 minutes of coming on the pitch. Um, Against Southampton, came in, got a beautiful goal. At the weekend, he had 2 goals and I think 2 assists. Beautiful performance. But regardless, Ahmad also has been in sparkling form. Ahmad is, when I saw his stats comparing him to all the wingers in the Premier League, and he tops in many of the departments. You know, runs, I mean, progressive runs, progressive carries, dribbles. Like it, so that's obvious that he has been one of the standout performers for Manchester United and even in the league as a whole. So that's a problem for Eric Ten Hag. I don't know how he's going to sort that out, but it's a good problem. Who is going to start on the right wing, Ahmad or Garnacho? I really don't know. But as usual, Zexi should start as the 9. Probably Rasmus Hojlund will come in maybe 70 minutes. His first match from injury is not really match fit, so I expect a bit patrol for him in this game. All right, that's the show, and that's straight to the point. Today, I really do hope when next we're coming online, when was to call it coming on air rather, probably after the Crystal Palace game, we'll be in joyful celebratory mode, and it will be 3 points in the bag. Okay, so until then, just stay winning, have a great weekend ahead, keep supporting the team, and we move forward together. All right, cheers.